All right, boys and girls. So I want you to take this paper and I want you to take your pencil and I want you to follow along with me. Today we're going to be introducing multiplication with that standard algorithm, and we're going to be relating it to things that we remember from last year. So let's get started. Kroger ordered 13 boxes of cookies. Each box contained 24 cookies. How many total cookies are in all the boxes? Okay, so let me read that one more time just to kind of think about my thoughts. And it says, Kroger ordered 13 boxes of cookies. Each box contained 24 cookies. How many total cookies are in all the boxes? So I'm going to take that question, how many cookies are in all the boxes, and I'm going to start with blank cookies are in all the boxes. In order to be able to find out how many cookies there are, I need to, in all the boxes, I need to know how many boxes there are. So I'm going to go back to my story, and I notice there's 13. So I'm going to kind of make a representation here. So 1, 2, 3, 13. And then there's 24 in each box. So as I start to write this down, I'm starting to get a mental picture of me having the same amount in each box. So the action that goes with this is called putting together equal sets. Because we have the same amount being repeated over and over, which is really repeated addition. And repeated addition means that we can simply just use multiplication as a faster, more efficient way to find the answer. So over here on the side, we have the words easy estimate. So when I'm thinking about the numbers 24 and I'm thinking about the numbers 13, and we're going to be multiplying them, I want to quickly just think about easy estimate numbers. So an easy estimate for 24 might be the number 20. It might even be the number 25, because sometimes people think that the number 25 is an easy number because the 5s are always easy. When I think about the number 13, the fastest number that comes to my mind is the number 10. And so I could multiply both of these by the number 10. Now just looking at this without even multiplying, I know that these are going to be low estimates. They're low estimates because I went from a number 24 down to the number 20. And even though I did go up to the number 25 over here, I'm still taking the number 13 and I'm making that only 10. So these estimates will be low estimates. And boys and girls, it's very important to realize that early on, so that when you do ask yourself if this is reasonable, you can make good judgment calls on that. So if I go back and I think about 20 groups of 10, 20 groups of 10 is 200, just like 25 groups of 10 is 250. So I know that my answer should be at least, probably more than 250. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move down to my partial product piece. Partial product goes back to, what do you remember from 4th grade? So right now I'm going to take this number, the numbers 13 and the numbers 24, and I'm going to expand them. I'm going to decompose these two numbers. So when I think about the number 13, I think about the number 10 being put together with the number 3. And then when I think about the number 24, I think about 20 and 4. So I've just decomposed those. And if you remember from last year, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply these to get partial products, and then we'll put those partial products together. So 10 groups of 20 is 200, and 10 groups of 4 is 40, and 20 groups of 3 is 20, 40, 60, and 3 groups of 4 will give me the total 12. Now that I have all these partial products, I'm going to simply put these two partial products together to get 260, and 40 plus 12 is 52. So I can put those together to get one final answer of 312 cookies. Now the last piece that I want to look at is the way that we're going to start looking at things in 5th grade. This would be using our standard algorithm for multiplication. So we're simply going to write the number 13, and we're going to put the number 24 underneath. And when I think about this, I always like to think about first, thinking about just multiplying the number 13 by the number 4, and how this is easy multiplication. That we're going to take the digit in the ones place, and it gets to be multiplied by all the digits above. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 1 is 4, and we're going to add in one more to get 52. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross out that number that I added in so that I don't re-add it later. And I'm thinking about multiplying this number 2, which is in the tens place. Because this number is in the tens place, we're going to put a placeholder in the ones place. Because anything that we multiply here really is going to have a value of something with a 10 on the end. And we know anytime we multiply by a 10, we're going to get a 0 in that ones place. So I'm going to cover up that 4, and I'm going to think about 2 times 3, which is 6, and 2 times 1, which is 2. So now I have two partial products. Look at there. They're the same ones that I had over here. And I'm going to put them together. And when I do, I get the same answer. I get 312 cookies. So I can go back to my estimate and think about, is this reasonable? Well, we know that 312 is reasonable to 250 because we decided that this was a low estimate. And I can go back to my question and say 312 cookies are in all the boxes.